Welcome to Let's Talk Shop. I'm Zach Craiglow. Today we'll discuss why hydraulic oil matters and the benefits of using the oil engineers have certified to meet the unique demands of your equipment. There are key differences in hydraulic oil formulations. Using Vermeer high-power hydraulic oil takes the guesswork out of the hydraulic oil selection. I'm here with engineers Andrew Turner and Ryan West, and they're going to discuss why choosing the correct hydraulic oil matters. Andrew, can you explain the role of hydraulic fluid?
Well, hydraulic fluid is really the lifeblood of most Vermeer equipment. It is what takes the engine horsepower and delivers it to the functions that get the job done. It will help protect those components against wear. It'll help protect them against corrosion, and it'll help lubricate the equipment, as well as protect from acids, help mitigate water and other contaminants.
It's really the lifeblood of the machine, it sounds like.
It is. Vermeer machines use the oil to transmit full power often to get the job done. The oil is what is making your progress. Turning the trencher motors, turning the drill motors. It's getting the job done.
So not all hydraulic oils are the same.
They are not. The range of hydraulic oils is quite vast. Vermeer uses a high quality oil and it protects your equipment. The average oil out there in the auto parts stores, the farm stores, is not designed for a full hydrostatic machine operating for industrial purposes, rugged reliability. It's not there. And the people selling it to you can't answer the basic questions that you need to know about what is the oil, properties of that oil, and will it work.
And there's different types of hydraulic oil, correct?
Yeah, so all hydraulic oils are made up of base oils and additives, or additive packs. And the base oils are where you typically get the terms mineral or synthetic or things like that. And the additives are a small percentage, but they are a very important percentage. So you put additives in the oil to change the properties of the base oil. To give it better anti-wear protection, to give it better contaminant holding, corrosion, things like that. And the interesting thing about additives is there are many of them in there, and they can interact with one another. So while most base oils might be compatible with one another, the additives can interact and cause issues.
And component manufacturers, they typically have their own oil specifications, do they not?
Yes, they require us to meet the specifications to be able to use their equipment, their motors, their pumps for long life and serviceability. If we don't meet them, we're not going to get the warranty for it as Vermeer if it goes wrong. So we must use an oil that meets their specifications, and they can be quite stringent, especially when you're transmitting full machine power through their components.
What is the oil viscosity grade and why is it important?
The oil viscosity grade is typically what you hear as a 32, 46, 68, or 100. And basically what that is the temperature at 40 degrees centigrade that is the viscosity at 40 degrees centigrade that oil has in centistokes. So a 68 at 40 degrees would be roughly 68 centistokes. But that is only one point of the problem. There are two sides of it. All oils will thin as they get warmer. So most industrial equipment does not operate at only 40 degrees C. It operates quite a bit higher than that. So there is a characteristic called the viscosity index, which basically says how much that oil thins with increasing temperature. Now, a high viscosity index oil will thin less with increasing temperature. So if you have a lower cost oil without a viscosity index improver, or without a higher viscosity index, when you're at operating temperature, you could have metal to metal contact and an extra wear on your system.
And that sounds important for Vermeer products that are used all over the world.
Yes, we have machines operating in all climates all around the world, from very cold to very hot. And they need to be able to perform at all temperatures.
And these are machines not meant to just be used in 50 degrees, nice weather. These are used in rugged conditions.
Rugged conditions, rugged extremes, temperature-wise. Our customers need their machines to run all the time.
When you're going about purchasing hydraulic fluids, what other considerations would you have?
I would have to look at the requirements from the vendor, and I would have to look at what the testing results that hydraulic fluid has. And we have a Vermeer hydraulic oil specification, which basically takes all the specifications from our vendors and puts them together. And we try to ensure that every oil meets that list of specifications. And so if I were trying to purchase a hydraulic oil, I would try to make sure that it matches what our vendors are requesting.
Some of those tests that would be used would be?
So I talked about the viscosity and the viscosity index. There are ones that are how well does it get rid of water, how well does it handle contaminants, how well does it protect your metal components from varnish and corrosion, how well does it get rid of air. There's a long list of specifications that our vendors request, and we request of our oil just to make sure that our machines live as long as they will.
And luckily for people, we've made it easy on them with high power hydraulic fluid. What makes it unique?
Frankly, the fact that it meets all of those specifications and at the price point that it does.
And it takes the guesswork out of really selecting the hydraulic fluid.
Yes. Finding all of those specifications typically involves actually calling an engineer at those companies and getting their specific test results, if they've even done that test.
If you need to top off your machine, are you able to top it off with something other than hydraulic fluid that is high power?
The answer is maybe. You might be able to get away with topping off with a different fluid. But like we talked about earlier, those additives can interact. And hopefully the fluid that was put in there originally, such as high power from the factory, those additives were formulated to work together. When you start introducing different additives, those additives can start interacting with the additives that are in the other fluid and start causing issues. So sometimes it's okay, sometimes it can cause catastrophic issues.
And talk about its impact on design life.
So having a hydraulic oil that meets all of the specifications laid out in the Vermeer hydraulic oil specification will give your equipment the best chance of living to its life, to its full design life.
And you're talking a little bit about as well, like the need of protecting your investment and how you've been in situations where you haven't used the correct oil and it's impacted you adversely.
Yeah, I've been a price buyer before on oil for myself, and I've regretted that when I couldn't leave the field because my machine wouldn't fold up. And I didn't even know what damage it was doing, but I heard weird noises coming from my tractor. And it was because I used a bargain basement fluid.
And that's not a comforting thing when you need to get work done and productivity matters.
Yeah. Productivity can really suffer if you don't use the right oil in your machines. The viscosity index that Andrew mentioned, when you get the machine warmed up on a hot day, you can start losing productivity. There's internal clearances in your motors and your pumps, and if the viscosity is not there to essentially seal those moving clearances, the oil bypasses and you get less power into the dirt.
And you're talking about buying those bargain basement, hydraulic fluids. When you're buying Vermeer high power, you're getting to work also with a Vermeer dealer who is an expert in how this interacts with the machine.
Yes, it's the easy button. You don't have to do the research, and frankly, the research is tough, and finding good hydraulic oils is not easy in the open market.
Anything you would like to add?
Well, a lot of times people think hydraulic oil is like an engine oil where you have a wall of things to pull from. But hydraulic oils engine oils have a CK4 or an SN API button on them. And that typically means that oil has met this battery of tests. Hydraulic oil does not have that. So there are no standards or very few, if there are, for hydraulic oils. And so that's what we have this hydraulic oil specification for. And frankly, the easy button is the high power is a fluid that meets all of those specifications for all of the components.
And we're asking more out of our high power hydraulic fluid than what you are of your engine oil. The engine oil does not transmit power. It simply lubricates and cools. We transmit full power a lot of times through our hydraulic oil, and that's a big difference. Engine oil pressure is much, much lower than operating pressure of hydrostatic transmission.
So while it may seem like an afterthought, what fluid you're putting in there is critical for your machine.
Yeah.
That is correct.
The cleanliness of a hydraulic circuit versus an engine is orders of magnitude cleaner in the hydraulic circuit.
Well, that will do it today for us at Let's Talk Shop. If you have additional questions about Vermeer high power hydraulic fluid, please contact your local Vermeer dealer.